What's up? Man, it's early in the morning. I'm sitting here chilling, thinking about 1996. Wow, it's like we stuck in that year. We go all the way back to 96. And this is about some of the crazy events that led up to the demise of Tupac. It was just... I'm not going into the events of his death. I don't want to do that. I just want to kind of glance over some of the things that were happening that was just so mysterious. Now that you look back on them, it was like death was calling him. And Tupac almost drowned back when they was filming the video Slip and Slide while they was on vacation out in Cabo, St. Lucas. And it was supposed to be for Danny Boy's album. And during the video shoot, there was a whole bunch of fights breaking out. Daz Corrupt got into it with Tupac. It was just too much stuff going on during that time. And anyway, they were on a boat, and Suge and Tupac was betting each other on who could beat each other swimming back towards the shore. And Suge always was... He always had these games. Like him and Tupac was always competitive betting and trying to outdo each other. So Pac was, man, I'ma swim, man. Your big self ain't gonna be able to outswim me. Suge is, alright, let's go. Take your shirt off, man. We're gonna get up in there. And Suge took his shirt off. He's like, man, I can swim. So Suge hit the water and he beat Tupac. He swam all the way there. And Suge was very big, but Suge could move. You know, he used to swim. So he beat Pac to shore, then they was like, man, where's Pac? And then they see Pac, he kind of like going under. You know, they saw Pac, he'd come up and he'd go under. And it was like something was pulling him down. So they went out and helped Pac back, because they was like, hey, get out there, get Pac some help. Like something wrong. So they went out there and it was like something was pulling him under. But he couldn't see nothing. So that was one incident that, you know, they got him to shore, saved him, he almost drowned, and I ain't going back in the water. He was done. That was his first thing, like, I'm not going back in the water. And then it was what was it? The Toss It Up video shoot. They did like 3 versions of Toss It Up, and like they kept changing the script on what they were gonna do. It was like so many different versions they were gonna do, and the problem was at the time, because they were using Dr. Dre's beat from No Diggity, because Dre was having success with the song, and anytime Dre tried to do anything, they want to smash it. So they was coming out quick with a song, so they went right to the studio and recorded it. And they had Aaron Hall on there when they got everybody else, but Aaron Hall had a problem. He just got caught in a statutory rape case, and it was a bad look for him. So they was like, look, well, when we do the video, we can't show Aaron Hall's face. We can't do that at all, because it's a big mess going on with Aaron Hall. And they was like, man, we might have to cut him off the record. But they wanted to get the record out right away, so they was like, look, just throw it out anyway, because we want to get it out. And this was the last video Pac did, was Toss It Up. He had did, I think, To Live and Die in L.A. right before he did this one. Like, this was like the absolute last video he ever shot. So he comes in there and they got this scene where they're gonna do it's in a warehouse, and they got the cars, they got like a body shop, and it's all these flames, and Pac wanted to light the flames himself. Like, man, I'm a lighter. So they was like, alright, they let Pac light the flames. And it's like, alright, let it go, and light the flames, and let it go. And I was like, man, when he went to go light one, he was excited to light the flame, and then they'd come blow it out, reset it again, and was like, we're gonna have the flame go. He was loving it. So he wanted to go and light it himself so it could shoot across. And JoJo was like right there, like when he was standing, and one of it sparked, like shot out towards JoJo. JoJo was like, man, you almost set me on fire, Pac. And then it shot back at Pac because he had the flamethrower. And he got too close. He had like the blowtorch. He got like too close to the flame. I mean, to the liquid. And then it shot back. And then he jumped. And I think they might have that scene in the actual video of Toss It Up, where Pac like light the fire, because he was doing it like they did like so many takes, and then he wanted to be the one to light the fire instead of just having the fire go. And they had a security guy. Pac wanted to light it. He was having fun just lighting the flame, and then lighting the stogie. He was liking the blowtorch. So that was another incident where he almost burned himself up. But it was just weird because all of these situations were happening around him currently. You know, like the drowning incident, the fire incident. Even though they had some security people there, you know, just things happen. And he had just avoided being in a shooting. Like, I think 3 days later or something like that. Like, right after they recorded, it was before that. It was in June or July. So this was before that. It was actually a shooting incident. It was the Jackie Chan movie, Super Cop. When Jackie Chan was coming back to America, and they had they had recorded the song Made Niggas, and they was going to put Made Niggas on the soundtrack for the Super Cop with Jackie Chan. So they had some type of release party for the movie or something, and it was a shooting with one of the, the Pyros, one of their guys was involved in the shooting and got shot. And like his back, Pac was actually going to be right with him when they got shot at. And it was over an incident over some food at a restaurant with some other people that ain't like it. Pac would have been right there with him because Pac normally go there with him. And okay, I know what that was, but he got shot in the back, I think. I think he lived, but he got shot in the back. He got shot up. So they was, wasn't too happy about that. And then that guy was pretty close to Suge, I think they called him Deuce Mac or something like that, but he was real tight with the Pyros, not just the regular Bloods, just Mild Pyro. And that was a bad day for a lot of people because of what happened. Now, but Pac would have been there with him. Pac was supposed to go, but they ended up doing that instead. Then there was the Above the Rim video shoot. the movie premiere rather, to Above the Rim. And when Above the Rim soundtrack came out and everything, and Pac is, they had the Above the Rim premiere of the movie and all this stuff. Everybody like, man, you gonna love this, and this is what we talking about. And I mean, no, not Above the Rim. I'm talking, Sunset Park. Cause I'm like, wait a minute, Suge wasn't there for that. But y'all, it was Sunset Park. And when Sunset Park came out, they was at the premiere for that. And another incident, they had just missed. Tupac would have been in a car accident with his boy. Another one of the, not the Outlaws, but one of his homies. He'd have been in a car accident with them. And one of their boys got broke up in the car accident because they was high and drunk and leaving clubs and, getting wild. And they got in a car accident. But Pac was riding with them beforehand. And it's the same guys that rode with him. Like, they were like his security in the Death Row days. Like the thug security that he went and played cards with and all this. One of them got broke up in a car accident because they was drunk and high, and the girl got pretty injured herself. But Pac would have probably been riding in the car with him. And all of this stuff was in succession before, like, the Vegas incident. So it was like all this stuff was surrounding him. Surrounded by death and shootings, and it was just crazy. And it spiraled even more out of control after his demise. And people was just, people wanted him to still be alive. It's of course like, man, I wish he's just survived the shooting. It was his time. It's his time to go. Everybody have a time they gotta go. If he'd have survived, he wouldn't have probably been happy. I don't know how he would have, to see him in the condition he was in, and the people that saw him last, I don't think they wanted him to live the way he was looking at that time. Like, people don't know how badly shot up he was and what bullets actually do to you. Like, he had so many staples in him and from surgery marks, and he lost a finger, he lost a lung. He wasn't gonna be the same Tupac the world knew him as. It was like when Hector Camacho died, they say he might be in a wheelchair, paralyzed for the rest of his life. And it was like, if he survived, the surgery and everything, they trying to make sure he wasn't brain dead, but he might be paralyzed. And they was like, you just couldn't imagine Hector Camacho paralyzed. You just couldn't see him confined to a wheelchair for the rest of his life. You couldn't see Tupac not being animated or just laying there, just can't do anything anymore. Nobody was going to be ready to see that or even imagine it. And that's why they passed on. It was their time to go. And now he's going to live forever. There's people right now, they've been dead like 20 years. Pac has, he's been gone 20 years. And still people who never knew him, never were even born when he was out, still got him ranked in their top and still learning about who Tupac was. Because I swear you can't go one day without somebody mentioning Tupac's name. That's crazy. That Tupac was that important in hip-hop that he would leave such a mark in such a short time. He was only 25 years old. But you would swear to God, he been around for 40 something plus years. He done so much in so little time that most rappers don't even get a chance to do. You can't even get them to complete one album. Pac could complete a whole 6-7 albums in a week. If you gave him a month, imagine what he would do. I mean, he's a workaholic. He put the work in, and he'll give you quality. So that's why I don't like really talking about Tupac's situation like that. Like, during that, I'm like, when I was coming up, Tupac was like during that 95, 96 era, Tupac was it. Like, you couldn't go wrong with Pac. I was in shape like Pac. I had the bandanas like Pac. I was on the West Coast. Hawaii, they considered themselves the West Coast, like I was Pac. The whole, to everywhere I went. So it was more of an effect when he left that was felt later, you know, but it's sad to talk about. When you get to thinking about the impact and what happened and how people felt when he died and all the tributes, it goes from, man, those were good times and good songs, then it's like the sadness hit. Like, man, you know, that's wasted talent. But to say he didn't have something looming over him, that would be an understatement, because he definitely had some spirits or some demons pulling on him. And it was just his time. I'm out.